Yo man, what's up? Got something a little different here. Not that this is out of the box or anything, but we got a little head to the head here. A little head to head. Um, got two bottles here that I got for the cheap. Obviously, everyone knows that they're cheap. About 16 bucks. We'll go into those here in a moment. But I am not very fond of one of these historically, but I did get it pretty early on in my bourbon journey. But yet, I'm still pretty early on. So let's just go down about how this is going to work here. I got them already poured. Don't know what's in which. Do you know that I'm drinking this and that, which I'll go over those here in a moment. The secret to what is written is on this piece of paper. I don't know what it is. I'm going to rate them blindly on a couple of categories and just see where we go from there. So yeah, let's go over these. Bottle 1. All right, so we're checking for a little bit of transparency, see what's going on with this. First up, crafted, very old Barton, 100 proof, 50% alcohol. Kentucky straight bourbon. Honestly, the label's kind of nice, but looks cheap at the same time. It looks like it's been around a while. I don't know if it's just a very old Barton. I honestly don't know too much about it, except for everybody's favorite whiskey tuber. This is allocated where I am in Chicago. Very old Barton. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey distilled by Barton's Distillery, Bardstown, Kentucky, DSP KY 12. Bottled by Barton Distilling Company, Frankfort, Kentucky, DSB KY 113. One day I'll learn what that means. Still don't know. Of course, 750 milliliter bottle, and there's nothing else on this bad guy here. It is a plastic twist top. Yeah, 100 proof crafted. I'm not sure what crafted, if that means anything special in the whiskey world. All right, just like the other one at the top, it's spotting 100 proof, but this is good old Evan Williams, bottled in bond. So we know that this guy is going to be 4 years and 100 proof based off of that. But since 1783, Evan Williams, bottled in bond, 100 proof, bottled under U.S. government supervision, single distillery, DSB, KY1. So, that probably means it's the first distillery, because I know that that's kind of Evan Williams' thing, the oldest or first distillery, one of those. So that would mean the other. Well, I'm not going to get into that. But Kentucky Heritage. Evan Williams set up his distillery on the banks of the Ohio River in 1783 and is historically recognized as Kentucky's first distillery. Oh, there we go. Answered my question. Of bourbon. This special Bald Bond bourbon is a genuine sour mash that honors his pioneering heritage. So sour mash basically means that they use some of the grain from the previous batch to help ferment the next batch, which I don't know why, but I've noticed that I tend to like the sour mashes so far. Distilled and bottled by Old Evan Williams Distillery. Okay, Old Evan Williams. I've never heard a reference to that, so I don't know if that's a little different. And, all right, both plastic twist tops, both about $16 depending on where you are. Now let's dig into it. I don't know what's on the left. I don't know what's on the right, but that's what we're going to reference them as. Let's start on the left. But quick, I do have a tip for you here. So everybody tries to wonder what is best here for cleansing their palate, being ready. I noticed, and this is a hot tip, guys, that I can just taste better if I've just brushed my teeth with that clean mouth. I'm not talking about like a rough brush, like you're really getting in there. You got your first date coming up. I'm just a light brush, like, oh, like I'm worried about my breath smelling bad, but I kind of brushed not too long ago, so you kind of do a light brush. So kind of like that, I can taste a lot better. So go over here. The nose is still shit, but that's just me. I'll figure that out later. Okay, so I can only describe the nose as kind of airy. A little bit of that ethanol, but it's not like punching you. It's not like punching you. Ah, Should I go nose to nose? I've never done that before. Yeah, let's go nose to nose. This is just very light. Um, I don't know really how to describe it. I'll have to come back. So glass, that was glass left. Here's glass right. Completely different. Completely different. This one, this one I would say would hit the ethanol just a little more. So that makes me feel like it could be the very old Barton. I haven't hit either of these very hard, so it's gonna be pretty even here, and that's why I'm comparing them, because I'm not sure how I feel about them. I think I'd like the very old Barton more, but we'll see. Almost went for a sip, getting a little antsy here. All right, that's my genetics coming out here. Okay, okay, I'm starting to pick up more of a like an herbal, like minty smell. Maybe floral. Let's go ahead, go for it. Let's. I don't know if you can see how dark that is. I mean, it's got some decent color to it for these. Yeah, some decent color to it for these guys not being very old. So let's go for it. It's got a light touch on the tongue to start, but then it's kind of like a. All right, so not to seem like a complete idiot rambling on here, but the audio did cut out for the remainder of the video. But glass on the left, which I'm tasting, it did drink quite hot, but there's nothing offensive about it. It was quite pleasant, and on a scale of something that is $16 and 100 proof, just cheap and it, as I said, for most people, this is going to be pretty easily affordable and available in general. It drank pretty well, so I gave it an 8. But the glass on the right, it drank pretty light. Maybe that's coming off of the first glass. I did go back and taste the other one, but it did drink light, which I did enjoy, but it had kind of a bitter oakness to it at the end a little bit. So I did rate that one lower. I rated that one a 7. So glass on the left, 8. Glass on the right, a 7. So glass on the left did win. I didn't get any nuttiness in that one. If anything, on the glass on the right, there was more of a nuttiness. So my guess was the very old Barton was glass left, and Evan Williams Bond was on glass right. Now, reminding you that I did not like Evan Williams Bond at all. So when I open these results, and the results are Evan Williams Bond was on the left and is the winner. So my jaw was, I was completely shocked, as you can see there. So I mean that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video at least somewhat, and just get out of here. All right, see you on the next one.